Let me tell you about a hospital. And trust me, it's a place you would do just about anything to avoid.
See, in this particular hospital, patients are way more likely to get a fatal dose of anesthesia.
And the nurses? They're less likely to wash their hands. Yeah, you heard that right.
And if that's not bad enough, cancerous growths are more likely to just go completely undetected.
So, where is this nightmare hospital? I mean, you'd want to know, right? You'd warn everyone you love to stay away.
Well, here's the twist. It's in your town. In fact, it's pretty much every hospital. Because the danger isn't about where you are, it's about when you're there. Specifically, between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m.
We're talking about the afternoon slump. You know that feeling, right? We all kind of laugh it off, but as we just saw, this is no joke. The consequences are real, and they go way beyond just feeling a bit sleepy at your desk.
And hey, this isn't just happening in hospitals. Take a look at this. Researchers in Denmark dug into years of standardized test scores, and the pattern was, well, crystal clear. Kids who took their tests in the morning, they scored higher, consistently. But the students who took the same test in the afternoon, their scores were lower. And get this, for every hour later a test was taken, the scores literally dropped.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You're just not as motivated to get stuff done, you have a harder time focusing, and let's be honest, even the work you do manage to churn out is kinda lower quality. But here's the thing, this isn't you being lazy. It's a real, documented, biological thing that happens to all of us every single day.
So, what's really going on? Why does it feel like our brain just decides to check out for a few hours every afternoon? Well, it turns out the answer isn't about your willpower. It's all about your biology. It all boils down to something called your circadian rhythm. You can think of it like this 24-hour internal clock that's always running in the background. It's the boss of your whole system. It controls your hormones, your body temperature, your energy levels. It's what tells you, hey, time to wake up. And later, okay, time to get sleepy.
And for most of us, this daily cycle is super predictable. You wake up, your alertness starts to climb, and then, boom, late morning, you're at your peak. That's when you're sharpest. But then comes the dip, that classic afternoon slump. It's a totally natural, predictable low. And you might even get a little second wind in the early evening before your body starts to power down for the night.
Okay, so here's the key thing to remember. The slump itself is natural. It's going to happen no matter what. But some of our daily habits can make it so much worse. They can turn what should be a little dip into a massive productivity-destroying crash.
And what's the #1 culprit? You guessed it, sleep. Or more accurately, a lack of it. When you're sleep deprived, you're already starting the day with your tank half empty. So that afternoon slump, it doesn't just hit you, it absolutely demolishes you. But when you're well rested, getting that solid 7 to 9 hours, your body's just better equipped to handle it. The dip is way less intense.
And then you've got its partner in crime, the big lunch effect. You eat a heavy, high-carb meal, your blood sugar spikes, you feel great for a minute, and then you crash. Hard. Now, imagine that sugar crash happening at the exact same time as your body's natural circadian dip. It's like a perfect storm of tiredness. That feeling of wanting to just put your head on your desk becomes almost irresistible.
Okay, so we get it. The slump is real, and we often make it worse. But here's the good news. We are not powerless here. There are totally things we can do to fight back and reclaim our afternoons. So let's go back to those Danish students for a second. The researchers found something amazing. The students who got a 20 to 30-minute break before their afternoon test, a real break to eat, play, just hang out, their scores didn't just stop dropping, they actually went up. Think about that. A simple break didn't just fight the slump, it completely reversed it.
But it turns out not all breaks are created equal. To get a really restorative break, you want to hit these 4 elements. 1, detachment. You got to actually stop thinking about work. 2, movement. Just a short walk does wonders. 3, go outside. Getting some sun exposure is a game changer. And 4, company. Chat with someone you actually like talking to. It helps you recharge.
Okay, strategy number 2 is the power nap. But listen up, because the timing here is everything. The sweet spot, the magic number for boosting your brain for hours, is just 10 to 20 minutes. No more.
And here's why that's so important. If you nap for longer than 20 minutes, your brain starts to go into a deep sleep. And when you wake up from that, you get hit with what's called sleep inertia. That awful, groggy, where am I feeling that's actually worse than how you felt before you napped. So seriously, the key is to keep it short.
Now, I can already hear some of you saying, yeah, right, a nap?
A walk outside? My boss would laugh. And that's totally fair. But don't worry, there's a final strategy. And this one is all about working smarter, not harder. It's about working with your body's rhythm instead of constantly fighting against it.
So here's the idea. Match your tasks to your energy level. When you feel that 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. dip coming on, that is not the time to tackle that super complex, brain-draining project. Instead, switch gears. Do the easy stuff, the familiar, mundane things. Answer those routine emails. Organize your files. Tidy up your desktop. Basically, anything you can do on autopilot.
This really is the big takeaway. Your most important and difficult work should be done before or after the slump, when your brain is naturally at its peak. You gotta protect those golden hours. Use the slump for the simple maintenance tasks, not for your heavy-hitting creative work.
So at the end of the day, it's not about trying to completely eliminate the slump. That's probably not going to happen. It's about learning to work with your body's rhythm instead of against it. Maybe that means a lighter lunch or a quick walk or just shuffling your to-do list around. The power is really in your hands. So the real question is, what's one change you could make to make tomorrow afternoon just a little bit better?